I just, you know what, this is the first time I've done the YouTube live, so it's going to be different for me, but it's just going to be like a little market update to, pretty much show where the GTA is right now. And on top of that, it's going to give everybody an opportunity to ask questions. And it's different for me, so I get a ton of reach outs with people asking questions. And this is just a good opportunity. You can connect up and, ask away. And I'll do my best to answer all of them. And then I will upload this to the channel as well. That way there's future reference, because odds are if you've asked the question, there's going to be other people from the GTA or all over the world that could possibly have the exact same question. So if there's anybody out there, then just chat a hello or something like that. That way I know that there are people there, and I'll do my best to answer those questions. In the meantime, we can just do I'll do like the screen share type thing, and then I'll pull up the market stats for, the Toronto Real Estate Board to show how crazy it is right now. And, it's just, I have no logic behind it. I had a feeling when COVID happened that, there would be pent up demand of people who just kind of put things on hold until everything would straighten out. And I had no idea it was going to be like this. There are pretty much on every single listing, there are multiple offers on it. And it's just become a new normal where if you are looking for a property, it's no longer just go in and, fall in love with one, because unless you're going to offer, really strong offer, it makes it tough. And, some people always ask, should we wait? And the problem with waiting is we don't know how long this is going to last for. And when the prices go up a lot, it doesn't always mean that they're going to come down. So things might slow down now or in a month or something, but then those prices are still going to hover in and around what they were at, because every time there's been this slowdown, it's only a little window where, people possibly get a little desperate to sell because they bought first in the craziness, and then, things slowed down and now they have to sell. But there's no guarantee that that's going to happen. So we'll just see if this is working, and then I will do the screen share. And so yeah, you can see here, so this is the residential stats, and they've done a year over year. And so this was just done a few days ago pretty much. And you can see that in August of 2019, there were 7,600 transactions that have happened, and that's residential sales. And fast forward to this year, and you're at 10,700. So that's a 40% increase in the amount of residential transactions that has happened. So that is just, that's a huge increase for a year over year. And it's just really with a lot of the people who have been coming to Canada, most of the times when people are coming here, they are, for the first year they're renting because they have to get their life in order and figure out, where do you want to live? And then, get the job with past the probationary periods, and then also, build up your down payment. So a lot of people, when they're coming here, they have plans of buying a house within the first year. Usually it's at a year. And with all the people that are coming here, 90% of them within that 1 year do have a plan on buying a house. And so right now, we are seeing this from people who maybe immigrated to Canada in July of 2019. And so now they're ready to purchase, on top of everybody else who's pretty much either wanted to get into the market. There's a large pool of investors now who are buying properties to build long-term wealth. And it's just making it really competitive right now. So you can see year over year, so 40% increase. And then if you want to seasonally adjust it, for July, there was 9,300 transactions. For August, there was 10,300. So that's a pretty big increase there. I'm just going to chat something here to see if anybody is able to see it, if I'm able to see it. That way I'm just not missing any questions. Okay. So pretty much, again, like if there's anybody out there, ask questions, and I'm here to answer them. Whether it's different areas of Oshawa, Ajax, Whitby, Pickering. I've joined into Toronto right now, so if you have questions about Toronto, any of the other areas in Durham. I was born and raised in Brampton, so if you have questions about Brampton, I can probably help you with that as well. The average selling price year over year. So for August of 2019, average house price was 792,000. And then if you look at what it is now, it's at 951,000. So that's like 150,000 roughly an increase over 2019. So it was pretty dead last year. Like I do know that inventory wasn't moving very much last year, unless it was like a souped up house that had been fully renovated, everything like that. It was a tighter market, where now it's pretty crazy. And then the numbers will show that. And then even just seasonally adjusting it, the average house price on the Toronto Real Estate Board. So that pretty much would cover any transaction that happened in and around Toronto. So if you are posting your listing to the Toronto Real Estate Board, that's where they're getting these numbers from. And it's so July of last year, or sorry, July last, about 2 months ago, average was 958,000, and then right now we're sitting for August of this year at 983. So that's a $23,000 increase, 2.6%. The total new listings year over year, a ton amount of inventory coming on. So last year in August, there was 11,000, so almost 12,000 in listings that hit. And then you look at August of this year, and there was 18,000. And so the listings are coming, and then the houses are selling. That's the crazy part about it. And the sales to new listing ratio. So the way this would work is the amount of properties that are selling based on what's been coming on the market is, it was 65% last year, and then this year sitting at 58%. So that just means that pretty much the higher the number, that means that the homes are selling compared to them being listed. Lower the number, that means the houses are sitting. But the problem is right now, based on that, they're not sitting, but it's just because there was so many new properties that hit the market in August that I think you're going to see this number really boost up in September when they're doing these numbers. That's pretty much like days on market from 2019 was 36. Days on market for this year was for August was 24. And then listing days on market, I don't know what the difference between these two is. It doesn't really matter, because at the end of the day, the homes are selling a lot faster than they did last year. I guess that's the important part. And all that stuff's nothing. And then, so another thing that we can check, and this is kind of what I do to gauge how things are going, is I just go to the updates. So anytime a listing is posted as sold firm or sold conditional, it's pretty much anytime there's a change, I always get notified, and when it's in one of those areas that I kind of I follow. So with all of Durham, which is including Pickering all the way to Oshawa, this will show you the homes that have been listed and then what they've been selling for. And they are selling quickly. There's none that are really sitting for long. Oh, Rushane. Hey, Rushane. Thanks for commenting. This is my first live stream, so I'm learning how to do it. And it took one thing to get comfortable in front of the camera when I was recording, but then I could edit it. So when I made a mistake, I could edit it out. Where right now, it's any mistake, anything that happens, it's there, and I can't go back and edit it. So it's real time live. So thanks for watching. And I hope you enjoy some of the videos that I've been posting. And so we'll just go through some of these. Like I can't click on any of these because it does have the seller's names on it, and I don't know. I think I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be able to post that out there because it's kind of private information. But I do have addresses, and then list price versus the sold price. So I'd be curious to, you can see like everything is either in and around what it's being listed for. And yeah, it's either selling in and around what it's listed for or way over. So that's kind of it with the market. Rushain, did you have any questions about the GTA at all, or buying a house, selling a house, anything while I'm here? Because this is going to be posted to my channel, so anybody could reference it down the road. So it might be something that I can help you right now, but then it's also going to help future people, because odds are if you have a question, other people are possibly going to have the questions as well. Why is Oshawa prices going up so much? So the short answer for that is because Oshawa was so cheap for so long. Nobody wanted to live here. And in 2012, when we moved here from Brampton, any of our friends that we were telling we were living here, they were kind of asking, like, why the hell are you moving to Oshawa? It's, it has a bad reputation and it's so far. And that was the main thing. People were saying that it's so far. And, we did it because my wife, she was my girlfriend at the time, she was going to university there. And so we just figured, we came here to look at places for her to rent. She was going to rent a room and she could save the commute. It was on the Go bus that she was taking. And it was an hour and a bit every single day, twice a day that she was doing this. So it just got too much. And so that's how we ended up buying here. So when we bought here, it was really cheap. We bought our first house for $210,000 and it was right at Simcoe and Taunton. It was a 1970s style semi-detached. And, slowly people have started to come here because of the affordability of it. And when you're going to compare Oshawa to other places, which are, that 45 minutes to Toronto, Oshawa's still so cheap. So it's just people that are coming from Toronto, Mississauga, Brampton, Markham, Richmond Hill, Scarborough. There's a lot of people coming from those kind of major pockets that they're coming here because they can buy something for $400,000, $500,000, $600,000 that in Brampton, Mississauga, Toronto, Oakville, Burlington, Richmond Hill, they can't get. They are looking at condos and the detached homes, semi-detached, anything freehold is just through the roof, not affordable. And where Oshawa, there's still, although everything is selling what it's being listed, it's selling for higher than what it's being listed for, it's still relatively cheap. The average price, I can show you. Do the screen share again. Okay, there we go. Bear with me, we'll figure this out. Market stats. Okay. So we can do the community reports. And so this is only updated based on Q2. We'll go into another thing, but I can show you kind of Oshawa as a whole for Q2, which would have included April, June. The average house price was $549,000. Sorry, I'm just getting caught up on the comments. Vanier, in terms of crime, sorry, I'll just read the whole question because I don't know if other people can see what I'm seeing. I'll actually post it. So yeah, you've heard bad things about Oshawa and told not to buy there. So you were told bad things, and so was I. And a lot of people still have that reputation. And realistically, there's only maybe 2 or 3 different areas that I don't get the good feeling about. But other than that, I really like Lakeview. I feel that's a good area. The school rankings are pretty low there, so that's a deterrent for people who have kids that are in school, because the school ranking is fairly low. But then some people come with the mentality of they will, they put more importance on the home values. So if they are going to school, the school doesn't matter. It's going to depend on the people, their home. And you have somebody going into grade 3 or grade 4, you're going to make sure that they're going to come home and do their studies. And so they just kind of they don't mind that. But what's going to happen long term with Lakeview, which is that area that a lot of people have bad reputations about, is it's already started. Like the transition of the demographics changing from pretty much new homeowners, young families that are coming there that are buying there because of affordability, but they're changing the demographics of that area. They're renovating their homes. Landlords are going in and renovating properties and collecting higher rents. There was a duplex in on Lakeview on Oxford Street that I went in there with a client. It was listed at 550, and it was fully renovated, 3 bedrooms upstairs, 3 bedrooms downstairs, and it sold for 650. And the rents that he's going to be able to collect there is between 17, probably around, we'll go on the low end, 1800 for the top floor and about 1500 for the basement. And that's going to change the tenants that are there. Where in the past, you might have had something where, they were paying $900 to rent a 3 bedroom house. So it's like, the types of tenants that you get or the types of homeowners that you get in a specific area will change the values. So I got off topic a little bit there, but Rashane, we'll go back to Vanier. So Vanier does have a high percentage of renter, like tenanted properties opposed to homeowner properties. And that's mainly because there are a lot of apartment buildings that are in that area. I like Vanier because it's close to the 401. It's close to the Thornton Road GO station, and it's close to the Oshawa Center. And then there's also that Smart Center that is right at Laval and Stevenson, which has like pretty much, it has the Lowe's, Walmart. It has like all the big box shops that are there. So it's an area that I like. I like Vanier because of the convenience of it, the location in terms of being able to commute from Toronto. So if you're in an area that is commutable to Toronto, fairly easy, you're going to do well because more and more people are coming from Toronto. I'm just going to get caught up here on the questions. In terms of crime rate, I don't hear a lot. Like there's certain areas of central Oshawa and certain areas of Lakeview that, I do hear of people pretty much, you just hear of, break-ins and stuff. There's not a lot of major stuff that happens, although I just saw in the news that there was like 5 shootings in Oshawa. So maybe this might not be the best time to talk about Oshawa being relatively safe because something major just happened. But in terms of the crime rate in Vanier, I haven't heard a ton of major things that have happened there. Okay. Let's go to the next question. Wise guy. I remember you reaching out. You're planning to move to I forget where it is. Maybe it's Oakville or something like that from Brampton. And thanks for watching. Do I see a crash coming in the GTA market soon? If I had a crystal ball, I would. I'd probably have done a lot better in the real estate market. I sold off 3 of my properties just as everything was starting to calm down, to the point where if those people were not able to close on my house, I was probably taking a $100,000 loss because the market had shifted so much. And then in March of this year, I had 2 listings that hit March. I forget the exact dates, so we'll just estimate the dates. I listed both properties on a Thursday, and we were going to do offer holdbacks on the Monday. On that Saturday, that's when this province of Ontario pretty much stated it, state of emergency, and pretty much open houses were canceled. Everyone was scared to leave their house. And I was telling my clients, like, forget the staging, forget everything. We just have to get it listed because I don't know how long this is going to last for. And it's kind of the same thing right now. Like there's no way to gauge, buyer fatigue. And that's one thing that could maybe change the market is people who just get tired of, looking for a house right now because they're just getting beat out all the time. But the problem is if that buyer fatigue doesn't happen, then there's no say to see how long this is going to go or how higher the price is going to go before it hits that wall. And that's where it's the gamble. And if you're selling your house right now, it's you're probably going to do a lot better than you would have done, 3, 4 months ago when everything pretty much, was really dead. So you're going to do well, but I don't know if I see a crash coming because the demand is still so high and the interest rates are so low. Like I remember when I was 20, I bought a condo in Mississauga at Duke of York and Burnhamthorpe, and my interest rate was like 7%. And now I'm seeing rates under 2%. That is just, that's insane. Like that was a $200,000 condo that my mortgage and maintenance fee and property tax was costing me, geez, maybe around like 11 or $1,200 a month. And no, it was $1,200 plus the maintenance fee. So the rates are low, and that's what's really helping pretty much tons of people who are buying right now. Is they're getting approved for more because the carrying costs are going to be lower, and then the amount of people here that have good jobs is it's mind blowing. And one thing that could change it, depending on where you're looking to move to, is since COVID happened, a lot of companies have realized that you can have your employees working from home and you can have them working remotely. I had a family from Mexico came here, and he was working in Mexico for a Canadian company. And when he was negotiating his contract here to be relocating here, he actually negotiated in that 3 days of the week he could be working from home remotely. And a lot of companies have even gone on and said that they're going to try and make this something that's more doable in the long term, because it's going to save them money too, because you don't have the same overhead costs of needing an office to accommodate 100 people or 1,000 people. Now you can have people working from home, and the places like the CRA, when I had to call there for my HST or my income tax and everything like that, they say right on there that the people are going to be working from home. City of Oshawa, when I've had to call about permits or checking the status of a legalization of an investment property, same thing. Like they say, people are calling from home, so it's a private number. They're calling from their cell phones. But you know what? They're giving us the answers, and they're proving that they can be working from home. So I can't say it's going to be 100% remote, but it's going to be pretty close. And in terms of the crash, another thing that really changes it is going to be the inventory levels. And if you see a huge influx of people that are going to go onto the market because now the market's crazy, then that could shift things too. Because right now, and this is how I kind of gauge it. So in 2017, let me see. Okay, so in 2017, so this is the back end system of the Toronto Real Estate Board. So as a realtor, this is updated to the minute. So the minute some agent posts a listing, it gets posted on here. And then, so these are my little areas that I've been following it around for different people. And so what I kind of did to gauge the amount of listings is I picked an area. So back in, when I started this in 2017, I was living in Winfields. So I always used Oshawa and then Winfields as like my guide. So that here shows that there's 23 listings that are active right now. And I guarantee you if I click that, there's going to be some that are sold conditional too. So there's not even a true 23. So 1, 2, 3. Okay, so there's 3. So there's 20 listings that are currently available right now. In 2012, when everything was dead, that number was at 77. That was the highest that it kind of hit. And then it's been hovering between 50 and 60. Sometimes it's even gone like back up close to 70, where now there's showing 23 active listings. If you take a look at Oshawa as a whole, there's 212. In 2017, when I was tracking this, that number would be at around 400. So there was like so many more listings, and then just people weren't buying as much. So that's going to be a good telltale to see, how the market continues to do, is when inventory levels start to go up. What else can I show you here? Just go back to the search. This is just the listings that have been showed as pretty much sold. So if it's sold firm, it will tell me how much it sold for. And you can see, like even in places like Pickering, $2.3 million listing, it's sold for 2.2, and normally it's, that's not as crazy as the market because that's not a budget that most of the population have. And the crazy spot right now for price points is like the 4 to 700,000. That is just insane right now. And let's see what the biggest sale to list ratio is. Yeah, so like this is an example. So this is in Vanier. So it's a detached 2-story, 3-bedroom plus one. So that's probably in the basement. And then there's 3 washrooms there. So this is something where somebody probably has a budget of 600,000 and they went in there because it's a detached 2-story, 3 bedrooms. And that's kind of something that's going to suit their mentality or how they want to live. And then it ends up selling for 610, and so that's not a crazy one. There has been you can see like in the higher price points, they don't go that much more above what it's being listed for. Like you're seeing like 50,000 here, but once you go into the lower price points, when you look at percentages, so 50,000 above on a $700,000 purchase is different than 50 above on a $400,000 purchase. Is there any more questions? Because I am just killing time right now with these. I'm not going to rush off. I'm still going to be here for a bit. Okay, I can show you another community report. It's different. Normally when I'm recording videos, I have like a cheat sheet which tells me the topics and the order I want to cover. In this case, I didn't prepare that. I kept hopping on live and then hopping off because it was different being recording live and putting it out there. But I just figured this time, let me just rip off the Band-Aid and just put it out there. So yeah, we'll go to the market stats again. This is the regional market report. Okay, that's Durham for August 2020. This will show pretty much for Durham. So all of the municipalities is average house price in Durham is 734,000, and that's pretty good. And this is the first time, I'm pretty sure I remember seeing this in Oshawa had an average house price of over 600,000. Yeah, no, this one didn't. Maybe it was July I saw it, where it was the first time ever that the average house prices in Oshawa have hit over 600,000. But that's still really good. Like oh, sorry, it was for August, and it was the average detached house price in Oshawa, 632,000. That's something that has never ever happened before. I'm just going to go through here in case I missed any of the questions. No, I just read in this one here. Thanks for Shane. It's different. I'll tell you that. It's doing the videos when I started in November, uncomfortable as all could. Like that was like super uncomfortable, and now I'm okay with it. I can do the recording and I don't get nervous or anything like that. Now with the lives, it's right back to being nervous, but we'll get there. Yeah. Back to this question. You've heard bad things about Oshawa and told not to buy there. If you bought there in 2012, you're okay. So we bought a 1970s semi-detached in 2012 for 210,000. In 2013, we bought a three-bedroom plus one bedroom in the basement with a kitchen in the basement bungalow for 292,000. And then 2014, we bought a two-unit property. It wasn't legal at the time, and we bought that for 210,000. And by 2017, they pretty much had all doubled. And so that was 2012. And then if you look at even 2016, like the prices in Oshawa have steadily been going up. So if somebody's going to say you should go buy in Brampton or Mississauga or Oshawa or Ajax, Whitby, Pickering, the house prices you're going to buy there are already higher. So even if the market as a whole for that specific area goes up 100,000, it's going up 100,000 on a higher purchase price, which means the increase is actually a little bit lower. But other than that, like I lived here, so my wife, she moved here with me in 2012, and like we've both felt safe living where we have, and we've lived at Simcoe and Taunton, and then we've lived down by north of by the university in Winfields, and then we also lived at Park and Roslyn for 3 years, I believe, and we have nothing but like good things to say about living there. The people have been friendly. It's very diverse and multicultural, which is something that we like because my wife has a Fijian background, and like our kids are mixed kids, so we wanted them to fit in, be normal, like not be normal, but we just wanted them to be comfortable. And I don't feel that they would ever have an issue with them not feeling comfortable. We're living in Whitby now, and it's the same thing. Like the street I live on, so diverse, multicultural, and that's what I like about it. It's a good mix. Like it's a good mix of a ton of different types of people. But at the end of the day, from what I've noticed is they're good people, and that's kind of what I like about it. Yeah, if everybody or if anybody's watching, subscribe to the channel. It lets you, if you hit that little bell, you get notified every time I do post new videos. And if you are looking to relocate pretty much anywhere, like I was born and raised in Brampton, I've had a condo in Mississauga. I've helped people buy detached homes in Burlington, to farms, to Owen Sound, cottage properties in Midland, tons of deals in Shelburne, Orangeville, and Brampton. So I'm pretty well versed, and I go pretty much everywhere, and I'm pretty well versed with it. And I've done well in septic property. So like pretty much any real estate question you have right now, while I'm here, you like ask it, because I've been around just over 6 years now in real estate, but I've been investing for I forget when I had my condo in Mississauga. It might have been like 2006 maybe. So yeah, like I've been involved with. I can answer questions on condos, detached, like pretty much any kind of house or property. Yeah, so ask away. Let me just add that caption. There we go. Questions? Ask away. There we go. I forgot to do the screen big over there. Okay, there's that. Okay, so I think I'm going to wrap up if there's no more questions, because I can't tell if there's anybody even out there. So I don't know if I'm talking to anybody or not. Like I said, this is new to me, and maybe I'll figure it out where I can track it a little better. I don't even know if there's anybody watching right now. So, but other than that, for those who did tune in, thank you. It was a learning curve. The videos like this, they will get better. I'll understand how to use it a little bit more, and I'll have more of a topic conversation that we can cover. But the main thing is, when I saw the market reports pretty much, and how the listings were from year over year, I just felt like maybe that's a good topic to pretty much put out there, because tons of people ask like the crash questions, or they just don't know true. They hear that the market is crazy, but they don't really know the numbers. Where at least in this video, I got a ton of, I did get good questions on that, on the video, but I did get an opportunity to give you actual numbers that were put out by the Toronto Real Estate Board. So they are the ones that they have all this information and they post it. So it's not just some, news broadcast that just, beating a dead horse by saying that the market's crazy, and or the economists that are going to say that the market's going to come to a crash, because I've heard that economists pretty much anytime the market gets good, they say that it's going to die down. But at the end of the day, they're not always right, and there's nobody that can predict this properly. In 2017, when things slowed down, it was pretty much a mix between buyer's fatigue and then the 17-step or 18-step program that the government of Canada pretty much introduced, which had the stress test and the foreign tax for foreign buyers. So they just implemented a lot at once, and right now, like, it's a strong seller's market. And if you are selling, I don't know if you want to wait, because you're going to get a good price for your house now, and you might get a higher price for your house a month or two from now, but you might get a lower price. And that's the hard part that I don't think anybody can predict. It's just when the market's good and you're going to sell, just sell. Don't try and make an extra, a little bit of money, but you could lose it. But yeah, so other than that, subscribe to the channel, click the little bell. That way you're notified each and every time I do post new videos. I do post videos every single Friday, and I've kind of set my time to 3 p.m. That's kind of a good time for me to have the videos ready to go, because just in time for the weekend, so people can, that are searching YouTube, and people are starting to search YouTube for real estate. Before they never did. And so that's kind of like the cool thing about it, is I'm seeing the responses from people coming in, and they are coming from all over the world. I know I say that at the beginning of my video and every time for my intro, and it's true. Like, I remember when I got my first reach out, it was a WhatsApp message, and it was from somebody from Switzerland. And then, I had another person, his name, I don't know if I could say names, but he was from Africa and he reached out. And then I had another person from Jamaica. And then I had one guy, so Boppy, I'll say your name, you are in Hong Kong. And he sent me a WhatsApp message of him watching one of my videos that I was doing on, it was like a fun $1 million listing video that I did. And so it's reaching people from all over the world, and they're reaching out. And it's fascinating. I never expected that. I started this channel to just help people that are moving from different parts of the GTA to Oshawa, because when I would be doing open houses, I had so many people that were coming to the open houses from Brampton, Mississauga, Toronto, Markham, Richmond Hill, and they had no idea what it was like there. So that's where I started the channel, and I did my first video. It was like in November of last year, and it was just my first ever video, and it was just using my laptop to record me talking about the 10 things about Oshawa, and it's the only reason that video is there, because the videos I feel they've gotten better. But it's only there because so many people watch that. YouTube is actually pushing that video out to a lot of people. So although, I'm uncomfortable in front of the camera and I don't know how to edit it at that point, the information that is there, people are liking. And that's kind of like why I do leave it out there. But other than that, you can, if you are looking to move here or anywhere pretty much, you can call, text, email, send the carrier pigeon, whatever is easiest for you. And I'm here to make your move and relocation go so much easier. I do focus a lot of my marketing towards buyers, but I do a lot of sales as well. But I just find that there's going to be more people who are looking for information on a city, and opposed to people looking for information on selling your house. Because when people are selling their house, they will just search realtors. They don't really check on informational tips and tricks for selling their house. It's just not something that they search a lot of. And if they do, there's so many realtors that are posting tips and tricks for selling your house that it's just kind of like the same kind of thing with, Facebook, targeted ads, or the newspaper advertisements, like things that everybody is doing. So that's pretty much it. Thanks for everyone who watched. And if you have questions, you can call, text, email anytime. You can reach out, and I do my best to help everybody. And other than that, thanks again for watching. And I hope you subscribe to the channel, like the videos, whatever. Just lets me know people are liking what I'm putting out there. I do get a lot of comments on the videos, which are very positive, and I thank you guys for doing that, and guys and girls for doing that. Because if it's not for the comments, I don't know, how people are reacting to it. So thanks again, and I don't know, enjoy your weekend. Bye.